A man is found dead at hotel room in Male. The dead body was uncovered in popular guest house Off-Day Inn. Police did not disclose the identity of the person but revealed that he is 28 years old. No signs of any bodily injury were found, but investigations are underway in Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital to find the cause of his death. Maldives Police Service says they believe the man died of natural causes but said that they will investigate the case. President Mohammad Nasheed ratifies the Second Amendment Bill on the Tourism Act. The bill was passed by Parliament on the 26th of August. Following ratification, the bill has been published in the Government Gazette. The Second Amendment to Tourism Act stipulates rent charges to be paid to the government by tourist resorts, tourist hotels and tourist guest houses. Under the amended Act, if rent charged from land smaller than 200,000 square meters is more than $1 million, the rent is set at $1 million per year. If the rent charged in less than $1 million, the rent is set at a rate of $8 per square meter. The Act also stipulates that $1.5 million per year is charged for 200,001 to 400,000 square meters, while the rent of land larger than 400,001 square meters is more than $2 million. The rent of the land is set at $2 million per year. President Mohammad Nasheed also ratified the Tourism Goods and Services Tax Bill that was passed by Parliament on the 26th of August. The Act states that ways in which goods and service tax will be charged on the price of goods and services sold to tourists from resorts, hotels, guest houses, picnic islands, tourist vessels and other services provided to tourists in Maldives. Under the Act, a tax will be levied on room rates charged by resorts, hotels, picnic islands and guest houses, room and bed rates charged by tourist vessels, price of all goods and services sold to resorts from resorts, hotels, guest houses, picnic islands, tourist vessels, prices and charges of goods and services sold to tourists from diving schools, shops, spas and water sports facilities in tourist resorts, hotels, guest houses and tourist vessels, travel planner charges, and domestic transportation fares for tourists. President Mohammad Nasheed says if the goal of democracy is being derailed through corruption or bribery, he will have to flex his muscles at that time and that he will do it. President made the statement responding to a question put forward by Asian Tribune, stating that UK House of Lords in its debate on the 29th of June said that President Nasheed is becoming increasingly dictatorial following a spree of arrest of opposition parliamentarians after the cabinet staged a mass resignation. He admitted in the interview that the charges were cloudy when they arrested MP Abdul Yamin. The president added that the cases involving MPs Yamin and Qasim will now go on to the Prosecutor General. The president further urged the regional superpower India to drag neighboring countries in its developmental efforts. He added that if not, it would give rise to resentment in the region. An advocate against climate change, President Nasheed maintained that adaptation is the key. He also stressed that President Rajapaksa helped both himself and the opposition leader Ahmad Tasmin to get on the track during the last July's political crisis. Today marks the International Literacy Day. In its resolution, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed the 10-year period beginning 1st January 2003 the United Nations Literacy Decade. The aim is to highlight the importance of literacy for individuals, communities and societies. On the International Literacy Day each year, UNESCO reminds the international community of the status of literacy and adult learning globally. Celebrations take place around the world.
Literacy is a cause for celebration since there are now close to 4 billion literate people in the world. However, literacy for all children, youth and adults is still an unaccomplished goal and ever-moving target. A combination of ambitious goals, insufficient and parallel efforts, inadequate resources and strategies, and continued underestimation of the magnitude and complexity of the task accounts for this unmet goal. Lessons learned over recent decades show that meeting the goal of universal literacy calls not only for more effective efforts but also for refined political will and for doing things differently at all levels, locally, nationally and internationally. Maldives, despite being a small island state, celebrates learning and is with highest literacy rate in the region. With a very own language, 98.2% of the population is literate. According to latest statistics of 2006, this is 99.1% of the population of Malé and 97.7% across the atolls. Linguistics expertise says the main contributor to the high literacy rate is for the fact that pre-primary education throughout the country. Though Maldives is running in the same line of that of developed countries like Greece and Macedonia, it should never be ignored that basic education alone is the limit. National Census records of 2006 shows the number of students heading towards tertiary education are less compared to the high school leaving population. This could be due to limited offers in tertiary sector. However, these are statistics from 4 years ago. Since then, several more opportunities are being given throughout the country. Maldives College of Higher Education, Villa, Click, Cyrix and Mandu College are now among the leading local establishments providing MAB accredited and internationally accepted tertiary education. Next expectation lies in increasing the number of graduates in the tertiary education sector. At an international scale, literacy rate remains low. UNESCO says today 1 in 5 adults is still not literate and about 2/3 of them are women, while 67.4 million children are out of school. Since its foundation in 1946, UNESCO has been at the forefront of the global literacy effort and is dedicated to keeping literacy high on national, regional and international agendas. However, with some 796 million adults lacking minimum literacy skills, literacy for all remains an elusive target. UNESCO's literacy programs aim to create a literate world and promote literacy for all.
And now we take a short break. When we return, we have news from the international business and sports sector.